Please don't write essay type of answers. You are supposed to go with the point-wise answers. Refer Vidhyaashram notes. People will never see that what reward they are getting. They'll always match with what reward others are getting. Third question in the HRM 3 will be from the Performance Appraisal Chapter 3 or Performance Appraisal Method Chapter 4. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the model question paper of HRM 3. Now, Human Resource Management 3, which is a very interesting subject. Now we'll go with the model question paper, how the questions can come so that it is useful for the students to crack the examination very easily. Vidhyaashram is the only college which does everything for the students, and you people know that better. So let's go with the first model paper question. That is what the Human Resource Management 3 is all about. So here when we go with it, the syllabus, the students need to understand. When I tell you the syllabus, how you are supposed to analyze this. We have 5 chapters. The first chapter is the Wage and Salary Administration. Now, wages and salary administration, you have 2 topics. Now, from those 2 topics, you will definitely get a question. Now, what would be the question? I'll teach you in this model question paper. Next, we have is incentive plan. See, understand, wage and salary is a continuity, and then you have something called the incentive plan. So, these 2 are like the brothers. So if you want the elder brother, then you should accept the younger brother as well. So here we need to understand what is wages and salary administration. After that, we move on to something called incentive plans. But later we have the 3rd chapter and the 4th chapter, which is actually a continuity of the same here. That means performance appraisal is there and performance appraisal methods are there. See, understand, if your faculty have told you that these are the separate chapters, it is wrong. Actually, it is one chapter, that is a single chapter which is divided. So here what happens is, in performance appraisal, the 3rd chapter, you have something called the traditional method. Traditional method of performance appraisal. But when it comes to the 4th chapter, here you have the modern method. Modern method of performance appraisal. This is the combination. That means what? The entire chapter is all about one topic called as the methods of performance appraisal. So it is a sure 15 marks question. You people need to prepare for that. If you get the modern method, it is for 10 marks. If you get traditional method, it is for 10 marks. But if you get the combination of the modern and the traditional, that is a 15 marks question. So this 3rd chapter and the 4th chapter, if you need to score, you just need to go with one question, that is the methods of performance appraisal. Next, we have a very simple chapter which you people have already studied. You know what exactly the motivation is. If you have studied the principles of management, then it is very easy for you people to actually score good marks here, where you have the motivation. When I say motivation here, what are the questions which will come as? We have something called the Maslow's theory. The Maslow's theory, that is a 15 marks question. If you don't get Maslow for 15, then you will get one more motivational theory, that is called the Douglas McGregor. M capital C in the small and then G capital, McGregor theory. Gregor theory. We call it as X and Y theory. So you people already know this X and Y theory, what exactly Douglas McGregor says. We have few of the most famous theory, that is called Hertzberg theories. Then we have Vroom's expectancy theory. So these theories, if you go with it, this chapter alone will actually have 25 marks. So you people know that out of 80, if you score 24 and above, then it is a pass in your external. When you add that to the internals, what is that you are supposed to get is, so you need to get 40 out of 100. So here what happens is, if you score good in motivation, that 25 marks, 15 marks one question is for sure. 10 marks one question for sure. And let me tell you here, you will also have a 5 marks question. So here 25 plus 5 marks. So that means this chapter contains 30 marks. This is how you people need to understand this chapter. So 30 marks is all alone with motivation, and you have already studied Maslow theory in your PUC also. That is the motivation of Maslow hierarchy, the same thing which you are supposed to write here. Then Douglas you have studied in your first semester principles of management, and then we have Hertzberg theory also, which you have already studied in the principles of management. So the same repetition is what you are supposed to go with. So we have 5 chapters, and I'll tell you very easily you can actually score 80 on 80. This is what we promise you people if you follow what we tell you to follow. Now let's go with the model paper. The first question itself here in the part A, which is for 15 marks, will be from the first chapter. So the first question from the HRM3 will be from the first chapter. So what is the chapter name? Wages and Salary Administration. In that you will definitely get. The first question in the part B would be again wages and salary administration. The same way part C also you will have the first question, that is from wages and salary administration. I'll tell you how to crack this examination pattern here. Now we have 4 questions in the part A. In that you should only score, or you should only write only for 2 of the questions. That means you have 4 chapters. Now understand the logic here. 5 chapters are in total. In that one of the chapter you will not get a 15 marks question. One of the chapter you will not get a 15 marks question. Understand this carefully. Next here when you go with part B, you will get 5 questions here. 5 questions. That means what? From all the chapters you have one 10 mark question. Next we have here is there are 6 questions. In that you are supposed to answer only 4. Here 5 is there, you need to answer only 3. So understand this. We have these things: wages and salary, then incentive plan, then performance appraisal method, and then we have the motivation. So if you consider these 2 as one chapter, now understand a 15 marks question will come from wages and salary, incentive plans. From here performance appraisal and performance appraisal management, you have one 15 marks question, and then motivation 15 marks. Now understand, this is what the smart way of learning which Vidhyaashram gives to all the students. Here you need to understand that any 2 chapters if you take performance appraisal, you need to take performance appraisal management as one chapter. So if you take any of these 3 chapters out of 5 chapters, I'll tell you, you can get 30 on 30, 30 on 30, and here you will get 15. So understand, 3 chapters, 75 marks out of 80. Sure, let me not go with 3 chapters, I'll go with only 2 chapters. Fair enough, no issues, you can go with any of these. Never forget the motivation chapter for 15 marks. And any of the chapter you take, one of the chapters, then again 30 you will definitely get. Here you will get 20, and here you get 10. So 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 plus 30 is 60. Out of 80, 60 is a very good number, even if you go with 2 chapters. Now that is what you people need to go with. Sir, what if I take only 1 chapter? If you just ask me a question, you'll get a 15 marks question here. You get a 10 marks question here. So 15 plus 10 is 25. 25 plus 5 is 30. Out of 80, 30 is also fair enough, because if you have got 20 on 20 in your college, then it is 50. So that is what it is. 1 chapter if you study properly, 50 marks out of 100. 2 chapters if you go with it, you will actually get how much? Here you will get 70 plus again internals 20, so it is out of 100 is 90. If you go with 3 chapters, it is 100 on 100, bang on. That is what you people need to go with. So let's understand the part A here. What are the questions which you people can get? I told you the first question will be from the first chapter. So what exactly the question would be? What is wage and salary administration? Explain the concept of wages. Always understand, whenever you get any question in human resource management, firstly you are supposed to go with introduction. That is, what exactly you know about this particular question. So here they have given you a question, what is wage and salary administration? They have already asked you that what is wage and what is salary administration. So here the answer key would be like this, the scheme of valuation will be like this: 2 marks for wages, that is what is wage. If you define it, if you tell the meaning of it, you will get 2 marks. 2 marks for the salary administration. So totally we have here 4 marks is already covered. Now explain the concept of wages. If you go with the points, you get 1 mark. So total it is how much? 5 marks is all done. When you explain more about it, the next 10 marks you will get. So totally it is how much? It is 15 marks. So how it is split? That is here 2 marks for the meaning of wages, 2 marks for the meaning of salary administration, 1 mark for the points which you have written which is correct, and then the explanation carries 10 marks. That is how it is called 15. Please write more so that you will get more. So here we have wages and salary administration is defined as a process of which wages and salary level and structures are determined in organization setting. Now I have given a small introduction of it, but later what is that you should do is you need to write what is wage and what is salary administration. Then you combine and then you write these things. So fair enough. Let's go with the next one. Here the concept of wages are, here we have the minimum wage, the living wage and the fair wage. Now you need to explain each and everything here, like at least a page you are supposed to go with it. When you go with the explanation, please don't write essay type of answers. You are supposed to go with the point wise answers. Refer Vidhyaashram notes and you will definitely get all the questions with the answers, and I have given you something like how to write the answers. So it is very useful for you people to understand and analyze the question, what the question they are asking you. And if you read the notes of Vidhyaashram, you will definitely fetch 15 on 15. Let's go with the second question. The second question here will be from the second chapter called incentive plans. So what is the question here? Explain the benefits and limitations of incentive plans. See, here they have not asked you something, what is incentive plan, but what is that you should do is, here when you go with the answers here, how to write is, now 2 marks you will definitely get if you write the meaning of incentive plans. Though they have not asked you, but if you write it, they'll definitely feel good. Next, what is that you should do is you need to bifurcate something called the benefit and the limitations here. Now what usually the students do is, they feel that okay, out of 15, 2 marks is for the meaning and 1 mark or 2 marks for the definition. The remaining is all for the benefit and the limitation. They restrict themselves with 5 benefits, 7 limitations, or 7 benefits and 5 limitations. Never do that. How you are supposed to go is, the more you write, the more you get the same concept you are supposed to go with, because 3 hours you are supposed to dedicate yourself to write more. Now when you go with that, please understand, incentive plans, what exactly it is. The wage incentive plan benefits not only the employees but also the employers. That is a star mark which you people should know. If incentives is given, it is not just the benefit for the employee, it is also a benefit for the employer. Why? Because if the employee gets more incentives, he'll work more. When he works more, who is getting the benefit? That is the employer. So then you go with the things, that is what is the benefits, like that A, B, C, D, you can go with it. I'll not tell you what exactly the benefits are, what exactly the limitations are. I'm just giving you the points here. Now wage incentive plan provides an opportunity for the hard working and ambitious workers to earn more. So here please don't write the answers like a essay format. You are supposed to go with the points format. Now I have given you here A, B, then we have C, D. There are totally 5 here, plus I have given you more, that is here E and F. Totally we have 7 benefits of incentive plans. If you can fetch little more and write it to or convert it into 9 points or 10 points, that is what people will look, so that They feel that you people know what exactly the concept is, and that is how you people will get 15 on 15. Plus you are supposed to write the limitations as well. What are the limitations of incentive plans? Now we have here, jealousy and conflicts among workers may arise when some workers earn more than others. Usually what happens is people will never see that what reward they are getting. They'll always match with what reward others are getting, what they are not getting it. So that's why the incentive plan, there is a benefit plus there is a limitation. Say example, I don't work, but I feel that I am the only person who works, and when I see the incentive, I feel that I got less and somebody got more. That is what the jealousy will actually happen, but that is actually very bad. Usually in the corporate culture, these things happens. That's the reason many people will not reveal what the salary they get and what the incentives they get. However close you are, never reveal your salary to any of your colleagues. This is the first thing what I want you people to understand. So we have here A, B, C, and then I have also given you D, E, F totally here also. If you go with it, that is A, B, C, D, E, F. 6 points I have given you and 7 points there I have given you. So 7 plus 6 is 13, and here 2 marks for what incentive plans meaning is. Definition also please write it, and that is how you people will get 15 marks. Next question is the third question, and third question will be from the third chapter or the fourth chapter. So include this third chapter and the fourth chapter has one chapter. You should never separate performance appraisal with performance appraisal method. So here explain the features and objectives of PA. PA in the sense performance appraisal. Please do understand what the meaning of PA in HRM3 is, performance appraisal. So they have asked you 2 questions here. So again it is like, don't go with 7 points here and 6 points there. You are supposed to first write the meaning of what do you mean by performance appraisal, then go with the definition of performance appraisal, then you break the question. That is, the first one is the features and the next one is the objectives. Now here I have given you the features as well as the objectives where you can actually fetch good marks. Now please understand, again here also you are not supposed to go with essay type answers. You are supposed to go with the point wise answer. What's the concept class of the third chapter and the fourth chapter, which is available in the YouTube, and if you like the video, please share and comment in the same. Now when you go with the features and then the objectives here, try to understand, we have given you a very simple objective, that is to maintain records in order, to determine the compensation package, wage structure, salary, raises, etc. So simple things. Performance appraisal means what? What are their benefits? What are the objectives? What are the features? You can write anything. So if you get any questions, what are the benefits of performance appraisal? Write it. Limitations of performance appraisal? Write it. Features of performance appraisal? You can go with it. Objectives also you can go with it. That means the third question in the HRM3 will be from the performance appraisal chapter 3 or performance appraisal method chapter 4. Now you get to know a concept, how the question paper are prepared. So the fourth question would be from which chapter? That is from the 5th chapter. Now when you go with the objectives all done, so let's go with the fourth question. The fourth question is from which chapter? That is from 5th chapter, that is called motivation. You will definitely get a question called explain the Maslow theory of hierarchy. Now when you get it, let me tell you here, half of the page you are supposed to draw the Maslow pyramid, that is the triangle which you people already know. Now many of you have a confusion whether the triangle starts from the top to bottom or it goes from bottom to top. Let me tell you, it is Maslow's hierarchy theory. It always goes from the bottom to the top. So this is what it is. So here you have the first one. There are 5 levels or the 5 needs which Maslow always says. That is, the first one is the physiological needs, which we call it as a basic need, but please don't write the word basic need because it is Maslow theory and he had written it very clearly saying that it is physiological needs. Then after this you have something called the safety needs. After that we have something called the social needs, which is also called the belongingness and love needs. And then you go with esteem, and the last one is the self-actualization. So the entire diagram you are supposed to write half of the page. Don't draw it very small because this diagram alone will fetch you 4 marks. And here you need to understand that each and every step is very, very important. Don't jumble it. The minute you jumble it, you will not even get 1 mark, because Maslow theory is already written. We can't change it. They have not asked you what is your theory of motivation. They have asked you what is Maslow theory. So don't jumble it, or else you will not get any marks. Next, when you go with it, you are supposed to explain more about Maslow theory. Now, each and every point, there are 5 points here. Now, what is that you should do is, first thing, write the meaning of motivation. That is where you will get 1 mark. So, motivation meaning is 1 mark, 4 mark for the diagram. So, here we have 5 marks, and then 10 marks for the explanation. That means for each point, 2 marks explanation. So, write more. That is where you are supposed to go with it. Thinking that it is only 2 marks, I'll write only 2 points. No, please don't do that. You are supposed to write more. The simple concept in any theory examination, write more and get more. And that is how, not the quantity, plus you need to maintain the quality, because here University of Mysore will go with the quality and less than, that is the quantity. So quality should be more. That is, your effectiveness should be more. Your efficiency should also be more. You should make sure the evaluator who is evaluating your paper, he feels that whatever you have written is all true. So the quality should be upgraded here. Now the 5th question, now it comes to the part B here. Now understand, though I told you there are 4 questions in part A, you are supposed to only write 2. So that means what? How to go with that? 1 hour you take to solve only the part A, that is 2 questions are there, half an hour each. If you take also, you can write more. So for that you need to read more, learn more. Next one, we go with the part B. Now part B is of 10 marks question. Now here you will get 5 questions. In those 5 questions, you are supposed to go only with 3 questions. So the first question will be from the part B. Definitely it will be from the wages and salary administration. So the question is, explain the factors influencing wage and salary administration. Now understand, you may get this question for 15 and that question for 10. Anything can happen. So these are the questions which you people should prepare. So each and every questions what I'll be giving you, you are supposed to prepare for 15 marks, not just 10 marks. Now here, explain the factors influencing wage and salary administration. Again, I'll tell you students, write the meaning of wage and salary administration. You will definitely get 2 marks here. Then you go with the factors which is influencing. So these are the factors. When you go for it, 10 points you go for it. Say example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have given you 10 points. Each point you are supposed to explain. Don't just write the 10 points here. You need to explain each and every point. I've done this in the exclusive concept classes. So please do watch the concept class of performance appraisal, wage and salary administration, incentive plans, motivation, and all the HRM 3 concept classes without leaving any video. So that is where you will actually get more marks. Next, the 6th question is, explain the types of wage incentive plans. Now, there are so many types of plans for incentives which each and every organization uses. It's just their demerit which they feel that we shouldn't use that plan. We'll go with the merit of some other plans. So we have here Halsey plan, Rowan, Emerson, Taylor differential, piece wage rate system, and then we have Gantt stars. Now, each and everything I have done in the concept classes completely with the advantages and the disadvantages. Here what happens is, if you get this for 10, that will be for 15. If you get this for 15, that will be for 10. But definitely you will get these questions. If you have this for 10 marks, Halsey plan or Rowan plan, Emerson plan. So what is that you should do is, read each and every plan properly. I have given you examples. I have even worked out with the calculation of how the wages incentive plans are given. Wages incentives are given to the employees. Next one we have is, explain the methods of performance appraisal. Now here they're gonna give you whether it is modern or it is tradition. If they give you modern or tradition, it will be for 10 marks. If they give you both, then what happens? It is for 15. That means if this is for 10, earlier what we have done is for 15. If that is for 10, then this would be for 15. So again, here when you go with it, 7 points are there, which is for the traditional, and the remaining are for the modern. So 15 points is what it is. Each and everything you are supposed to explain briefly, and that is how you will get the 15 marks. Or if it is for 10, go with 10 points and explain those 10 points properly, and you will get the 10 on 10 marks. But before that, what is that you should do is, you need to write what is the meaning of performance appraisal. That is what you will get marks, and then define what is performance appraisal, and then only you go with. There are two types of performance appraisal. One is the traditional method, another is the modern method. After that, you need to go with which they have asked you. You are supposed to explain those 10 points. Next, we have the 8th question. Now, the 8th question will be from which chapter if you go with it. Explain the suggestions to improve performance appraisal. Now, understand here, there are 5 questions from part B. That means from each chapter you get a 10-mark question. So understand, if you go with the performance appraisal, that is the 3rd chapter. The 4th chapter is what? Performance appraisal method. From that you will get a 10-mark question as well. So here when you go with it, explain the suggestions to improve performance appraisal. That means there are many corporate where you don't have a proper performance appraisal, so you are supposed to suggest them. Now, I told you in the concept classes, there is something called SMART, S-M-A-R-T, SMART. Now, what does the SMART means? That is S in the sense specific, M in the sense you need to measure that, now A in the sense you can achieve or you can attain it, or R in the sense the results, and the T in the sense the time bound. So that is called the SMART. So if you go with those SMART, there will be a definite improvement in the performance appraisal, and then you go with all these points and explain each and every point. That is what you will get 10 marks. Now here what is that you should do is 25 minutes you are supposed to spend for 10 marks. So that is how much it will be. Like you have 25 minutes for the first question, next 25 for the second, and next 25 for the third. That is how you are supposed to go with the gaming, or you need to go with the timing here. Now play the exam as a game, and that too you are supposed to win. So the more you stay in the game, you will definitely win. That is what it is. The Lord of the Rings, the person who stays at the last, that person will be the winner. There are like 3 hours you have for the examination. Please don't get up before 3 hours. You are supposed to spend, because your parents have paid the full fees. So please, 3 hours you are supposed to sit in that examination hall. Something definitely you will write. That is what I know, that something, the more you write, the more you get. That is a simple concept which you people should know. Let's go with the suggestions here. I have given you everything here. Now when you go with the 9th question, 9th question is from the motivation chapter. Now you will get a question which is called the theory X and theory Y of McGregor. Now theory X and theory Y, though they are called McGregor's X and Y theory, it is also called Douglas X and Y theory. Anything you get theory X, theory Y, you are supposed to go with that. Now here when you go with it, please understand, many of you will do something like you will differentiate theory X here, theory X, and then you go with theory Y. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do this bifurcation and writing 10 points of theory X and 10 points of theory Y. Don't do it. You're not comparing. They're not asking you what are the differences between X and Y theory. They're asking you something called explain McGregor's X and Y theory. So please don't bifurcate it. You are supposed to explain more of theory X and then you explain more of theory Y. So when you go with that, what happens is, now I have given you here theory X, what exactly it is. Here you have written the points. You write the diagram of theory X, how it is. Now theory X goes with what? The staff are the one who get more pressure from the management. So management feels that staffs are nothing. They don't know what to do. It is only we who should actually go with it. So here more stress to the staff. So start explaining what is that McGregor have explained in the theory X. Then you go with the theory Y. Now here what happens is, who is actually in the benefit? That is the staffs are in the benefit here. Now management feels that staff knows everything and they'll do it. Now that is also what good. So staff feels that people are recognizing me, people feel that I'm responsible, so I need to work really hard is what the staff feels, and they'll work really good. That is what the way you are supposed to explain. And here I have given you the points, but in the examination you are supposed to write more about it. Please watch the concept class, plus have the PDF copy of Vidhyaashram Human Resource Management 3. Everything I have given you in detail, and you can actually score more here. Next one, we go with the part C. Now part C is that consists of like 6 questions. In that 6 question, what happens here is you have to write 4 questions. So each question carry 5 marks. So these are the questions which you people need to go with it. The first one is explain the method of wage payment and wage policy in India. You will definitely get this question, wage policy in India. How? Because the external wants to know that what happens in India and what are the process or the policies which we have taken in Indian government. Write a note on fringe benefits. Now the fringe benefits is not there, but you are supposed to know what exactly fringe benefits are. Write a note on critical incident method. So if you go with this critical incident method, it is from the performance appraisal, the 3rd chapter. Write a note on 360-degree performance. This is from the 4th chapter. Then we have write the note on Vroom's expectation theory. That is for here you have something called the motivation chapter, and here write a note on Hertzberg theory. Hertzberg theory can also come for 10 marks. So be careful when you go with it. There are 3 topics which will definitely come for 15 or 10 in the motivation. You have Maslow, you have McGregor, you have Hertzberg. So ERG, there is one more theory called as the ERG theory, right? So read each and every theory properly. If you take 3 chapters, take the 3 chapters completely. Don't leave any topic, and that is how you people can get 80 on 80 students. Any doubt regarding the entire session, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.